think it is that you bring? What do you think is the secret sauce that? What is it that makes you guys different?
Silliness. No,
it can't be just that.
We are okay. All right. Okay.
We will. Let's go.
Well, I think it's a question that we should ask you. You know, like we can't really answer the question, but to me,
well, from what people
what do you
feedbacks
think?
from
I can tell you
feedbacks.
what I think.
energy. I think energy. If it has to be, if I have to choose one word, I think it would be energy. You know, like
And I think connection as well.
and, well, as a dance couple, yes,
Yeah,
but
because that's how we
to
started.
the people, they just love that positive energy that we always bring. Like sometimes people see us in workshops, we're there having a good time, blah blah blah, but they just don't know that 10 minutes earlier we just had like the biggest fight of our lives, you know, like, you know. and
I know.
That's like
so
6 days.
so
6 days.
so energy.
I think also people told us about like approachable. So we give that sensation where people can feel like they can come and speak to us and they don't feel like, oh, I can't, you know, some artists, they feel intimidated by some artists, but we're very we're very down to earth, like we're normal people, and we just, you know, they can come talk to us, and yeah, I think that as well.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I can't really answer the question. I don't know. But what do you think?
I mean, me personally, I think you cover a lot of things. So you cover, for example, you guys are almost polar opposites. So you're there, and she balances you out. So you balance each other out very well. Even in the classes, you know, I feel like you're more the spokesman. But then, you know, when Laura comes in, and then she will come with quite a strong technical point, not even just for the girls, for the guys as well. So then, you know, because, it's very easy to say, oh yeah, well, you know, it's just silliness, you know, but actually there's a lot more to that, because promoters they will never bring you back just because, oh yeah, they were silly, they were a bit fun or whatever. No, you know, a lot of the times promoters will see that, okay, people really liked their classes, people liked the energy, you know, that they would, you know, on the stage, you know, the hosting, which actually is a good segment to go into. How did the hosting thing happen? Because that seems to have...
Okay, yeah.
Soon it's gonna be just Son, not Son and Laura, you know.
No. I will never leave you, baby. Wherever I go, you go with me.
Do you feel like that happens sometimes? It turns into the soul show, and yeah. Do you think that happens?
I think so. Yeah, I think sometimes, you know, because he's got such a strong character and such a strong, you know, energy and stuff like that, that it does. Like people sometimes, maybe some promoters are more attracted to that side rather than maybe the me and soul side as teachers or something like that. I don't know, because obviously he does both, but I think maybe he shines more in this area that nobody knew about, but now he's really going and everybody's asking him to present at festivals and stuff like that. So he's getting more and more popular. So yeah, I don't know.
So, okay, to come back to your question.
No, you have to continue.
I think she wants you to address what you just said.
I'll come back to that in a minute. I'll come back to that. No, he asked a question first, you know.
Yeah, that was
how did it happen, first of all, and then it's gonna make sense to how I'm gonna answer,
okay,
you know.
This is the soul and Laura that we know.
don't try to escape the
Okay,
question.
I will not escape it. Okay. So basically, for me, how we started, like me hosting and emceeing, every time that something happened to me in this Latin world, it was always a time where my back was against the wall and I had no other choice but do it myself. So basically, if we go back into organizing events, I started with organizing events. Like I said, I had to pay the rent. Us as teachers, Wilson went to the Dominican Republic. We had a party coming up and he never showed up. I had no teachers. My brother wasn't available to teach for me. My back was against the wall. I said, you know what? I'll do it myself.
Oh, really? So
That's how.
actually how.
That's how we became teachers.
Yeah. And it was like we were in this big circle, and I didn't even know. Like Sol was like, "Oh, Laura, can you?" I'll never forget that. There was like, "Oh, this big circle." So we're in the middle of the circle, because obviously the party was really busy because people were coming for Wilson. For like he had the people, we were just like behind him.
So then Castro,
Sol was like, "Oh, Laura, can you explain the ladies' bachata step?" And I didn't know my right from my left. I was like left.
I was trembling.
Both of us were like shaking. It was a really
no. But my back was against the wall, and me hosting, my back was against the wall because my MC on one of the festivals. It was a festival that that we did. I think it was Kofu. I think my MC did not show. The show has to start. So this is when I took the mic and I did it myself. And I was like, okay, it's not that bad actually, and and then
that's when he tasted the venom.
Yeah, well, that's it. Here we go. And then internationally, the first time that I did it was again, like I think 5 years ago, it was in Lyon, and first international booking,
Wow.
and they needed somebody that could speak English and French, so asked me to do it, and they loved it as well, and and that's how it started, like I always, it depends what the promoter wants, like some people want straight to the point. Don't take too long, just do it, boom. Some people want, oh, you can drag it, please interact with the crowd. Like in Israel, they love it when I interact with the crowd actually, like they actually like that, so I'm in my element over there all the time. and some others, okay, you can do some stuff, but not too long, blah blah blah. So
you
I have to adapt. Sometimes I let free show go on. I don't step on stage, and then I step on stage too. So back and forth and stuff like that. Sometimes you do it with another MC, so you bounce off each other.
How is that?
That sometimes works.
Biskit.
Works a bit.
What have I done? What happened here?
Biskit is like digging little holes,
He's killing me. No, when it works, it's amazing. Like when it works, it's amazing. Like, for example, like I have a few guys that I admire as MCs, like they're my number one forever. Like shout out to Mo Flex. I love Rohan Brown, when he does it, Farid.
Yeah.
I love Farid. For me, it's like as well. And so it depends, it depends. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it's just the style, because there's that style of MCing, and the styles are too different, they're clashing too much.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? But it's all about like putting your ego aside and maybe taking one of the MC has to like take a back step.
Which doesn't always work.
That has to take a back step and maybe let the other one do his thing.
Yeah, sure.
You understand? I don't know if you understand one.
Oh no, I totally understand. So has that happened to you in the sense where you've had a personality clash on the stage hosting?
Yes. I can answer that for you, yes. Let's not make no comments, but yes.
No, yes. No, it wasn't that bad. Like for me, it's very important as an MC. It's very important to adapt and to think quick on your feet.
Yeah, sure.
Like, for example, like what happened yesterday with the list, like you see what, like think quick, do something, get engaged with the audience while the problem being sorted and stuff like that. So the MC's job is also to cover like little things that don't go according to plan, making sure that people don't notice them, type of thing.
Yes.
And when the style of MCing is when another MC style is too different from mine, if the organizer wants two MCs on stage, I will go on stage. I'll talk to the MC and say, okay, how are we going to do this? Like, are we going to, okay, you say that, you say this, blah, 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 blah. But if the style are too different. Sometimes I don't mind taking the back step and let the other one do his thing, and just maybe announce a few things. He may forget one information, and then I say it behind him, stuff like that. So play off each other type of thing. Yeah. But yeah, so
that's it.
That's,
so back to the question: do you feel that sometimes your MC persona takes
over,
the spotlight?
You can say
takes the spotlight from Soul and Laura.
Okay.
Your
I can answer.
Honest opinion,
honestly,
honest opinion.
yes, baby. Wow.
Honest opinion.
You guys feel it too, right? You feel it too, you know. No, okay. So, honestly, lately, yes. Why I'm saying this is because
Biskit is looking at me.
no, why I'm saying this is because I think it's easier we have to think from an organizer's point of view. It's easier to find good teachers, but it's harder to find a good MC.
Right.
So sometimes we get bookings because they mainly want me as an MC.
Okay.
No, we do. Sometimes I don't have to MC. They get us because of our teaching skills. Right. Sometimes they get us because of our show. Sometimes it's all four combined. But lately, yes, we got a few bookings because me being an MC. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Is that good enough for you?
Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
He had to ask permission. Was that okay?
Was that okay? Did I say anything wrong? You know, like, yeah.
Okay.